closing up this beauty, important to remember to do it in the right sequence. This top bit always needs to go down first before you close the bottom door. That closes like that, and then if you do have the bike rack, all you need to do is pull up this lever and this will come around beautifully and you'll hear it clicking to a close. And that's it. All right, let's move around to the other side of the van. Okay, all I need to tell you about this side is that this is where we keep the breakdown repair kit. So in here, just down by the side, we've got stuff you will need if you need to change a tyre, and also this tool which I showed you earlier, which unscrews the spare wheel at the back. Okay, let's head to the driver's side. The driver's section is very similar on the Jeep Wrangler to the Santa Cruz, the Maverick and the Big Sur. You've got this central locking button here, which is really handy to use. Always good to split up those keys if you're giving the customers more than one key. Tell them to split those keys up so that they can spread the risk. But you've got that central locking button as well. And you've got the electronic mirrors, so you can adjust the mirrors on both sides from this button here. The main section is very similar again, but you don't have to put the keys into an ignition. As long as the keys are in the car, then you simply start the car by pressing the start-stop engine button, which is just here, just to the right of the steering wheel. But you need to have the brake pressed in order to do that. So put your foot on the brake and then you can hit start and the car is away. The gear sticks are slightly different as well. It's obviously an automatic car, so you can drive it as normally in two-wheel drive. There is this other gear stick, and it's the two-wheel and four-wheel drive gear stick. So rarely, if ever, will the customer have to use that four-wheel drive function, but if they do want to do it because, for example, they're on a really steep incline in bad weather conditions, they can drop it down from two-wheel drive, which is 2H, down to 4H. In order to do that, they need to be doing under 45 miles an hour. So the car can be in motion, but you need to be doing less than 45 miles an hour to go from 2H to 4H. That'll take you to four-wheel drive. There is another option on this gear stick, and that's 4L. And that's for if you're in really serious conditions. So if you're driving up a mountain in the snow, then obviously on the road, you don't want to go off-road in this vehicle. That's definitely against the rules. But if you're driving in snowy conditions, for example, up a really steep incline, you can go into 4L. You can only do that when the car is doing 3 miles an hour or less. So you need to be driving extremely slowly if you are going to go into that 4L. But as I said, your customers are rarely, if ever, going to need to use those four-wheel drive functions. Then, of course, we've got the media section. There's a USB port here and a little micro USB in this particular model, although some of the models will be slightly different. You've got an aux input, so you can upsell that aux cable to the customers before they go out, and there's a stereo system and a sat nav in this particular version as well. Other than that, you're good to go. So that completes the walk around for my new favorite vehicle in the fleet. I'm going to go now and try to persuade my bosses to let me take it for a spin.